لَيْسَ الدَّوَاء إِلَّا فِي اضْطِرَارِ لَهُ. There's no cure for the nafs except to go with ittirar to Allah. And one of the things about most converts, I mean, I haven't done a poll of all the converts, but most converts that I know of, usually the guidance came following a period of real, absolute necessity. They got to a point where they really felt, I need help. And there was a state of just total sense of helplessness. And when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in that state, He answers you. The guidance will come. Because Allah is Rahman Rahim. If you ask Him in that state, the guidance will come. So that's what He's saying. وَالثَّانِي, so that's the first one. Isti'ana wa istighatha billah. Even if it's one moment during the day. That's asasul khair. You have to do that. الثاني تجديد العزم في العلل الدافعة عن المقصود بإفراد الهمم للمراد دون تردد ولا مهلة. The second is renewing your sincere effort in overcoming those blemishes that are preventing you from arriving to your goal, بإفراد الهمم للمراد دون تردد ولا مهلة, and by singling out your spiritual aspirations without hesitation, without a moment's neglect. So what he's saying here is that you have to renew your وإن عزمت فتوكل على الله. You know, إذا عزمت فتوكل على الله. When you have azima, you have to trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. خير البر أعجله. The best righteousness is what you do quickly. If you have azima, you have to renew your azima. And that's why azima is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'll give you an example. I know somebody who became a Muslim and very high himma. And I knew somebody who knew him before he was a Muslim. And I was really impressed with his self-discipline. And the fact that he was only about 19, became Muslim, and he just became totally directed towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, studying. It was really amazing to watch that, especially in this age because there's so little discipline. People don't have discipline anymore. It's not an age of discipline. And I asked somebody about how he was before Islam, and he said, you know, because this person was an athlete, and he said when everybody used to go play, he used to go practice his sport. That's what he would do. And he was a star athlete. But he used to go, when everybody else would go and play or go to the party or something, he would say, I'm going to practice. And he would just do his practice. And that's azima. And it's either for daniya or aliyah. It's something high or low. If it's something like sports, it's a low thing. Like somebody spends all his time 5 hours a day practicing soccer, kicking a soccer ball. It's a himma daniya. There's a discipline there. It's like Harun al-Rashid in his majlis. It's one of my favorite stories. But in his majlis, he used to have people used to come and they would do things to impress him. And if he was really impressed, he'd give him a reward. So this man came, and what he could do was he lined up these needles. And in those days, the needles were big. And he took another needle, and he could throw the needle through the eye of the needle with a thread. And he would thread a needle. And he had them lined up, 10 of them. And he did 10. And each one he thread. So Harun al-Rashid said, give him 40 dinars and 10 lashes. And the man said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, I understand the reward, but why the punishment? He said, I love itqan in anything. And you've certainly mastered a skill that took a great deal of time. So I'm giving you the 40 dinars. But I'm giving 10 lashes for wasting your time in learning such a stupid thing. This is a high thing he's calling us to. So that's the second one.